Hi, Dr. Mark here from Natural Health. Hope you're having a great day. Again, thanks for coming and watching our presentation tonight. We're going to try to get these eventually at 6:15, probably to start next month for sure. We happen to be off a little earlier today, so we're going to go ahead and get started. But normally, if we have patients till later, it kind of pushes back. So we're going to, for sure, in June, start these at 6:15, just so everybody knows that. And again, we'll have them recorded on Instagram or Facebook, on Brighton.com and YouTube. So you can watch it there later too if you need to. This month in May, we're talking about women's health. And so tonight we're going to talk about breast and cervical cancer. So basically what I'm going to talk about is just basic information on cancer in general. And to realize that cancers are just an immune system that's went bad, that's not working correctly. It's important for people to realize that the body makes cancer cells all the time. There are always some around, but the immune system that's working correctly will take care of all that. And these are just problems with DNA transcription, or the engine that runs the cell and how it works gets messed up, and so that just happens. I mean, it happens because of chemicals, it happens because of electromagnetic frequency problems. All kinds of things can do that. So the body has natural mechanisms that help keep that in check. But if you're not following good dietary rules and good lifestyle rules, you just keep wearing that immune system down. And people should have known this after these last 2 years with this COVID business, that you've been so much information on the immune system and what to do with that. And basically the information I'm going to bring is going to be right along with that. So, of course, I'm Dr. Mark. I've been here at Natural Health now going on, more than 40 years. So we've had a lot of experience with people with cancers, after cancer, treatment with cancer. And so we help a lot of patients with that. And to realize the cancer therapies that the medical people use are trying to kill the cancer cells, which, good, that's great. But at some point, the body has to take over and the immune system has to come back and take care of that. And a lot of people don't get that far. They wonder why the cancer comes back, because they didn't ever handle the problems that led them to that point in the first place. So we're going to go over some of those things. Talk really about cancer prevention. Treatment, once you've got it, cancer is hard to get rid of, and medical people have gotten better at getting rid of it. The problem is, again, the question of why was it there in the first place is never answered. And in many of the therapies that are used for the cancer, like chemotherapy, radiation, things like that, are very hard on the body, very hard on the immune system. So, that's why it's really important to look at that and try not to get it in the first place. And it really isn't that hard to do. And especially with the amount of money that we spend on healthcare in this country and the amount of availability of good things people can get a hold of, people in this country should have no cancer, but it's the number 2 cause of mortality. So after heart and cardiovascular issues. So really important to realize we're not doing a very good job in this country looking at actual true health. We have a lot of treatments, and we make a lot of people that make a lot of money treating people, but as far as actually preventing or getting actually to a healthy state, that's not done very well. So that's what we're here at Natural Health, really, is to be the alternative, be that other choice when you're wanting to prevent problems. And again, the medical people do a great job at care if you need it, but let's not need it. Let's not get that far that we have to stress ourselves out worrying about whether we're going to be here tomorrow or not. So anyway, we'll go into some of these cancer preventions. Optimize your vitamin D. You should have heard that a zillion times over the last 2 years, but still people don't pay attention to it. And optimizing vitamin D is just not taking D3 only. It's getting good foods that have good oils in them, that have all the D vitamins in there, and getting good sunshine. Again, we've been around sunshine, human beings have been around sunshine for thousands and thousands or millions of years, whatever you want to look at it, and we can handle some sunshine, just being sensible with it. You don't stand out there and get burnt. You don't want to do that. So avoid eating excess proteins. And I really don't have a problem with proteins, but a lot of people have problems digesting it correctly. And then it gets stuck in the gut, and then it rots in there. That's what causes a lot of problems with all the polyps and the bowel cancers. So we want to make sure that what you're eating, you're digesting, absorbing. Again, what we do here at Natural Health, looking at that too, looking at a holistic approach of how we can help that body to work correctly, rather than you have to go to this doctor for that, that doctor for this doctor for that. Nobody talks to each other. People are on 5, 10, 15 different medications, one trying to outweigh the other one. It's just a weird deal that we see here all the time, unfortunately. Eating living foods with amazing health benefits, and that means eating raw foods, a lot of raw vegetables. Now, hopefully you're planning a garden this year. I mean, gardens are so great that we even know where the food comes from, how it's raised, and that real plant food has all the micronutrients and macronutrients and all the things, I mean, you need to get the body getting itself well. And the body knows how to get itself well. That's another problem we have in this country. We think that only the guy with the white coat knows how to get us well. Well, the body's been keeping us alive and doing well for thousands and millions of years, whatever. And so the body has the ability to do that. We have to get through the barriers, get the problems out of there. And again, that's what we do at Natural Health, is working on breaking those barriers, getting the nervous system to work correctly, getting the heavy metals out of the body, getting the food allergies, getting the gut working correctly, getting handling scars that are causing problems with the nervous system, getting rid of chemicals and things that are keeping the nervous system, keeping the body from healing itself. So we do that in Natural Health all the time. That's just what we do. So, and then simplify your cleaning supplies. Again, that's a thing of getting away from all the chemicals I just kind of talked about here. There's so many chemicals in our environment. I mean, we have right now, I mean, even, I'm amazed when you drive around town and you see all the yards that don't have any dandelions in them. Well, they're spraying a lot of chemicals on there. You're breathing that chemicals in the yard coming up around your house, all around your house. It gets into the house, of course. So you got to realize those dandelions really don't hurt anything. I know it looks nice, but that's why we're dealing with all this cancer stuff. Use greener beauty products. I mean, trying to get makeup and things like that don't have chemicals in them. Just things to look at. And ditch your non-stick cookware. I mean, Teflon is definitely a carcinogenic. People has non-stick pans, and you look at the bottom; it's all scraped up. Well, where does that scrapings go? Well, it gets into your body, and then it causes problems. Drink clean, pure water, and that's easier said than done. But we try to get people to drink spring water. Some of it has to be filtered. There's just a lot of games played with water, but you have to know the ins and outs. Again, we teach people that here at Natural Health, what to look for in getting clean water. The water is there for two reasons. One, it's hydration, so that the blood stays thin, your lymphatics move, everything like that. And then with lymphatics, getting all that gunk to clean out. Just like when you wash the floor or wash your clothes, you got to have that good water to flush all that junk out. And so all the byproducts of getting rid of these chemicals and things, you want to get that all flushed out. Even the lymph fluid, like if you have a lot of sticky mucus, it means you're not hydrated enough. If you have problems with thick blood, you're just not drinking enough water. Of course, the medics will put you on blood thinners. Well, that destroys your blood cells. You can't get oxygen to the places. You can't get nutrients to places. So yeah, blood thinners are a terrible way of handling that problem. Where if you just drink your water, half of your body weight in ounces per day. So you weigh 100 pounds, you want 50 ounces of water per day. That's kind of the general rule. More if you're very active or if it's hotter outside. Choose organic and locally grown foods. I mean, like I said, raising a garden, that way you know how the foods are raised, what chemicals were or were not put on those. But if you're buying foods, especially from out of this country, you just don't know what the heck's going on with it. And it's really important to know that if you want to avoid these problems. Skip the canned foods. I mean, all the canned foods, one thing, they're processed, they're all heated to the point where there's not a lot of good nutrition in them anyway, because they have to be that way or they go bad in the can. So it's important to try not to get that stuff. And the cans are all lined with either plastics or they're not lined, so then you have the actual metal leaching into the food. And of course, the food, when they put it in there, it goes in hot. So, I mean, there's just a lot of problem with canned foods. And then ditch your microwave. Nothing should be cooked in the microwave. One of the biggest things we see in here that's a problem is people try to put food in plastic. refrigerator. If you put it in the microwave, you're just injecting all that plastic from that container into chemicals. I think there's 600 different chemicals in plastics. And it gets leached into the food, and the microwave destroys any kind of probably what's left the nutritional value of the food. Or to put it in a toaster oven or in a pan on the stove or whatever. So anyway, that's a lot of just simple things to help prevent cancer, to help the immune system work better. Two more that I'll tell you as far as dietary things. We watch people under dietary recommendations here at the office very closely, but refined sugar, the body's never meant to have refined sugar, and cancer cells love sugar. If you can go into ketosis, it'll solve half of your cancer problems. And ketosis means no sugar. Your body goes into a fat burning mode. Cancer cells can only burn sugar. And the other one is bad oils. Using a lot of seed oils, your canola oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, margarine, corn oil, all those bad seed oils that are processed cause all kind of problems with cell walls, because your cell walls are a wall, they're an oil, they're actually cholesterol. So it's important to realize that you got to have the good building blocks. And if you're eating foods, especially fried foods, out in restaurants, you know that's all bad oils. So important to understand that. But I think that's probably enough for me. Dr. Chip's up. You've got lots of more good information. Don't forget that you can go on our website at naturalhealthquincy.com, sign up for our weekly newsletter. It's just one newsletter. It's a blog we put out that explains more about these things. And then always there's videos on that website to look at about what we do at the office. We offer free consultations. So you can come in and ask questions about what we do here, because we are doing things differently, but we are doing them right, in our opinion. So that's enough for me. I'll turn it over to Dr. Chip, and we'll see you next week.
Alrighty. Okay, so again, we're still with the Women's Health Month this month of May. And again, I'm Dr. Chip, and we'll get to it. So again, with the breast cancer, cervical cancer, again, really, these are the main topics for tonight, but really, again, in general, cancer being more of something is off, or something that is off in the body. Now, again, there's always two sides to see things, and like Dr. Mark explained, is that there's definitely a lot of big thinking of how cancer is more of just like this invader or attack on the body. Now again, not a bad way to see it, it's just a way to see it to where then we have to actually, say, attack back. We have to kill that invader, the invader being cancer, and we have to, you would say, blast it out of existence. Now, again, not a bad thing, again, if it's really at a bad stage that we need to have that happen. But a lot of times too is that there's always, again, like we said, another way of seeing it is that you could say is that it's just a weakened immune system. And so just like you would say a football team, the best defense is a good offense. And so when you have a good, healthy immune system, a good defense, you're able to actually, you would say, get rid of or be able to handle those incoming invaders. And so again, the cancer, like you said there, is that when it gets to a point where it's getting too much for the body to adapt to or to handle, that's when we start noticing those issues. And so a lot of times is that you won't see cancer just all of a sudden. It can be that you're starting to see different symptoms of the body. You're starting to have pains. You're starting to have different things going on. And again, those are just warning or signals saying, hey, there's something going on, that your body's getting off to a point where now the body is not able to adapt and defend itself. And so again, that is another way of seeing how cancer can, again, come into being there. And so one thing I would say too is that a lot of times when our brain and body are doing well, it's very healthy, it's very balanced, then they're working together. But a lot of times too is that when you would say our mind is saying something and our body is doing the other, that's when we have issues. So for instance, is that when our body is unbalanced, our nervous system is kind of off, you would say is that we can be in two different modes. One being more of our fight or flight system, where we're kind of like in an overdrive and we're trying to go, go, go. This is, of course, typically with kind of like the society today, is that we're always on the move. We're always trying to get somewhere. We're always trying to be somewhere or get something done or anything. And so a lot of times too is that when we're not able to rest and relax, we're not able to come back to neutral, we get stuck in that overdrive pattern. And that can be caused by many different things. It can be, something that, so simple as being irritated about something or worrying here and there, or you would say just like different things that you get overwhelmed by, or, busy lifestyles. But again, those things aren't bad. It's just when we get caught in that chronically all the time, that nonstop. And so that's the thing where we need to get back in a balance, help our nervous system get back in balance, get cleared out. Then we can shift back into this rest and digest system. It's more parasympathetic. More is that this is helping our immune system to come online, to again be able to either clear out or clean out, or clean up anything that needs to be. So cancer, again, it just a lot of times it's a kind of a lot to take in, and when it becomes too much and the immune system is not getting enough energy or input there too, then it's not able to do its job effectively. And so again, then the cancer can come in. So again, just another way of seeing it. And you can another example here too is, say that you're kind of running away from a tiger or a predator or anything like a big animal, and you need to get away. So what your body does naturally is it gets into an overdrive state, as it says, it kind of gets a lot of adrenaline, cortisol, stress hormones, because it wants you to get going, get moving, get that blood pumping, and start rolling and run away. You can run, you can hide, or if it needs to, you gotta fight. But if it stays in that state, again, that state makes the immune system, or it kind of tells the body, hey, we don't need help right now with the, say like a bacteria or a virus or cancer cells, all that. There is this huge animal or this predator in the room. We need to make sure that we're doing well with this before it's, eats us alive there too. So again, pretty dramatic there, but again, it's that immediate threat, immediate danger that we need to be able to make sure to handle first, and then the immune system can come back online afterwards. But a lot of times too is that if we're stuck in that system, then the immune system's never going to get that support or that balance needed, and it's not going to be able to do its job effectively. So again, just another way of seeing it. So we'll keep moving. Again, other ways, again, Dr. Mark explained there too about other prevention styles, about helping us not to have cancer before we get it. But really, again, like we said there too, cancer is just kind of more of that. It gets to a point where now we can actually see it. We can actually see symptoms, signs, and then that's when it becomes too much. So again, just in general, another way, of course, this is good for everybody, is that, again, rest and sleep. Now, like we said there too, getting back into that state, that mode, being able to rest, digest, sleep. And again, sleep is a very underrated thing or activity, where it's really helping our body to become more in a good healing mode. It helps our mind to shut down. It helps our brains to wash itself, to clean itself. And again, it just helps our bodies to relax to that point where our immune system is able to turn back on, or it's able to do its job effectively, and it's able to actually heal the body. And then why I say recreation is because a lot of times we can have exercise. There's a lot of different exercise styles out there. But again, if we're not having fun, if we're not like recreating different things, the creation part, it says, recreation, recreating. If we're not doing something that we're, again, having fun or creating something, we're not using both sides of our brain. The creating part is more of the right side of the brain. And again, it's able to kind of help use different modes of our brain and body. And when we're able to do that, again, it helps the brain to become more in sync, and then helps the body to balance out there too. So it's a very good way of doing things where, again, this could be sports, it could even be movies, books, it could be vacations, all that. So again, important there too. And again, another thing is to bring joy. A joy or gratitude or anything like that. These positive emotions, they actually help the body in a way to where it actually helps to signal from the heart to the brain to help bring good energy, to help reset different systems of the body, and it actually helps to bring back harmony of your brain and body. Now again, planning vacations, again, this is something that we've kind of got conditioned to think that we have to go drive, work all the time, and if we don't work, then we can't do this or that. But a lot of times is that when we get actually out of that environment, we're able to reset, you'd say refocus, come back to a good, you'd say state. Then when we come back, we're actually more effective, more efficient. And again, there's many studies on that too, but when we get to that point where we're working all the time, we're kind of burning ourselves out, and we're not really as effective. But when we take that break, we say plan a vacation, all that, we're able to get back to that state of actually being very effective at what we're doing when we come back. So again, it might seem like it's not, it's taking away from what we need to do, but really it actually is becoming very effective, not only for our work, but actually for our health too. And then do what you like doing. So again, everybody has unique, different activities that they like to do, and just find something that's fun for you and be able to do that. It doesn't have to be every day, but even at least once a week, just something that you look forward to having fun there. So again, just some different things there. So again, kind of say short and sweet, but that is all for tonight with the breast and cervical cancer here. Again, you can always follow us at Natural Health Quincy IL at Facebook, YouTube, Brighteon, and Instagram. Again, like Dr. Mark explained, subscribe to our email list. Again, we just have different blogs. We have different information about how, again, you can help yourself with your own health. And then, again, naturalhealthquincy.com is our website. And then, again, we're located at 2000 Jefferson Street in Quincy, Illinois. The number is 217-228-2040. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this talk. We'll have some more information coming soon about, again, Women's Health Month, and we'll keep the ball rolling. So again, thank you so much and have a great week.